So the next statement we will be analyzing is the income statement. Now, another important document to analyze is this income statement, and this document reports the revenues and expenses of a business as well as what areas they are coming from. So the income statement gives a detailed explanation behind the net income. And remember, as we said before, net income is your revenue minus your expenses. So this really paints a picture of where the revenue is coming from and where those expenses are coming from. Now, as far as the income statement goes, the revenue section is broken down into total revenue and then cost of revenue. And this is very easy to understand. Total revenue is the total sales of the goods and services the company offers, and the cost of revenue is what it costs the company to obtain those sales. So what we will remember here is that your gross profit is equal to your total revenue minus your cost of revenue. So all of the money you made on the sales of your goods and services minus what it actually cost you to obtain those sales is what's going to be known as your gross profit. So following our example looking at Google, we're going to analyze Google's income statement. So as you can see here, we have the last 3 years of Google's revenue, total revenue, cost of revenue, and then their gross profit, which makes up their income statement. So when looking at these statements, they can be broken down into annual and quarterly statements, and it's really a good idea to look at both of these, because as I said, you want to look at 5, if not 10 years of data, as well as the most recent 4 quarters to get an idea of the bigger picture, as well as what's been going on in the shorter term. So the biggest thing is you want to see total revenue increasing, preferably at a double-digit rate. Now, do remember that, as you can see on the top here, all numbers are in thousands, but I'm just going to read them as they are just for the sake of not confusing myself, to be honest with you. But looking at this here, we see total revenue for 2014 at $66 billion. We see total revenue for 2015 at just about $75 billion, and then for 2016 over $90 billion. So we are seeing consistent growth of total revenue. But what's equally important is their gross profit, because you could see growing total revenue, but if the cost of revenue is growing faster than the growth of the total revenue, you're not going to see these figures carrying true under gross profit. You'll see growing revenue, but what's very important as well, if not more important, is what their actual profit is on these numbers. So you want to see gross profit growing at a double-digit rate as well. Because if total revenue is growing and gross profit is not, you need to look at the cost of revenue, and it's possible that their cost of revenue is out of control. So total revenue for Google grew 13.6% from 2014 to 2015, and 20.3% from 2015 to 2016. So those are great numbers. And then we'll consider gross profit. We want to make sure that the cost of revenue is not too high. So gross profit after the cost of revenue is considered grew 16.1% from 2014 to 2015, and then 17.7% from 2015 to 2016. So these are fantastic numbers. That is excellent growth to be seeing. So increasing total revenue is resulting in an increase in gross profit, meaning the cost of revenue is reasonable. So these are numbers you're going to want to see. You're going to want to make sure total revenue converting into gross profit growth as well, because otherwise you need to make sure the cost of revenue is not outpacing the growth of total revenue. And as we can see with Google, we are seeing very healthy growth across all 3 categories of the income statement. Now, operating expenses are broken down into research and development, selling, general, and administration, and then non-recurring as well as other expenses. So R&D is the amount that the company is spending on research and development of new products or services, and then SG&A, or the selling, general, and administrative, are the expenses incurred from product or service promotion, sales, and delivery, as well as the company management expenses. And then a non-recurring expense is not expected to occur regularly. That is why it's labeled as non-recurring. And other expenses are the overhead expenses, which you may not even see listed because oftentimes they're tied in with the SG&A. Now again, like I said, you want to look at this annually as well as quarterly, but we're going to be looking at the annual numbers here. So first thing you want to look at is those non-recurring expenses. If you see any expenses listed under the non-recurring section of the income statement, it is a good idea to investigate these expenses and find out what these non-recurring expenses are. The biggest thing you want to see is rising operating expenses resulting in rising revenue. Because if operating expenses are rising while revenue is flat or falling, this is a sign of poor financial health. And as we already saw on the operating income, we are seeing healthy revenue. We are seeing healthy rising revenue. So that's a good indicator that the expenses are under control and they are reasonable. So operating income is the company earnings before interest and taxes. So at the bottom we see operating income or loss, and Google is currently not operating at a loss, as you can tell. So operating income is the company earnings before interest and taxes are paid, and operating income should be keeping pace with revenue growth. Now, as far as the research and development as well as the selling, general, and administrative expenses go, these you want to see growing at a similar rate as the revenue growth, and if there is ever a sudden increase in these expenses, this is again a good indicator that it's time to do some investigating and really uncover why it is those expenses are growing so rapidly. So then we have the income from continuing operations section of the income statement. So at the top we have total other income / expenses net. This represents interest income from cash and cash equivalents. And then this section of the income statement outlines the tax and interest expenses. So the net income from continuing operations, that's the figure at the bottom, this should be equal to the total net income, assuming there are no non-recurring events or expenses. So what exactly is a non-recurring event? The most common one is a discontinued operation, which results when a segment of the business is sold or abandoned, and at this point, this income is no longer a result of continuing operations. So that is considered to be a non-recurring event, and it can no longer be factored into the continuing operations section of the income statement. So that is why you would see a non-recurring event listed, as if some part of the business was sold or abandoned. So what are you looking for in the income statement? These are the 8 things that I look for, and again, this would be a good thing to write down so you can start building your list when you're analyzing these financial statements. Number 1, is the company increasing sales and revenue? Number 2, is gross profit keeping up with total revenue? Because remember, if your gross profit is increasing and your total revenue is flat, you need to consider what the operating expenses are. Number 3, are we seeing double-digit revenue growth? You want to make sure we're seeing double-digit consistent growth. Number 4, is the cost of revenue growth reasonable? Because if that cost of revenue growth is out of control, that may be eating into the gross profit, and then that may be why total revenue is not the same as the gross profit, the growth of the gross profit versus the growth of total revenue. Number 5, are there any non-recurring expenses? Because if you see a non-recurring expense, that is something you're going to want to investigate. Number 6, is an increase in revenue resulting in an increase in operating income? Because as revenue increases, you should see operating income increasing at a similar rate. Number 7, is the company maintaining profitability? And then number 8, are any of the expense items increasing at an abnormal rate based on prior years or quarters? You don't want to see any drastic fluctuations in these expense items. You want to see them consistently growing at a healthy rate over time.